Yes, friends, are you able to see my screen? The LPAT website is on at the moment. Yeah, so okay, audio and visuals all fine. So this session is going to be an overview on basic features of TradingView. We have conducted a few classes, and the questions that we got from students was which charting software do we use? So here I'm not promoting any particular software as such. If you are comfortable using a particular software for charting, continue doing that. Those who don't have a trading software, they can look at TradingView, a pretty good user-friendly software. Personally, I have been doing all my charting for so many years on the Trade Tiger platform, so I haven't completely migrated to TradingView as yet. Because something that I've been using for more than about 10 years now, suddenly to switch to something new is taking some time. But I know the basic features what are required for our analysis. So I will not cover all the indicators and all that what's there in TradingView. We will look at only what features we require for our price action trading. So how many of you all are currently using TradingView? Any TradingView users here? Milind is there, Bharat tried, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this can be a backup software also for you if you don't want to make it your primary trading software. So currently what I'm doing is I'm using it as a backup software at the moment. I plan to move on to it full time. Same here, Rajiv. Not my primary software. Primary is Trade Tiger, since I'm so accustomed to that. I just use this as a backup. When Trade Tiger doesn't work, I'm using this as a backup platform for myself. So without wasting time, let's get to TradingView software. So the website is www.tradingview.com, and there you can get an option to choose India version. So then it makes it in.tradingview.com. So when you open this web-based software, there is an option to sign in. So currently I'm using the free version. So if you see here to the right, Market with Solutions. So that's a free version. It says GoPro 30-day trial. Yeah, you need to subscribe it to make full use. Yeah. So currently I'm not using my subscribe version. I'm using the free version because most of you all will start with the free version, and then I'll get on to the version where I have subscribed to it so that I can tell you other features as well. But to start with, free version is good enough. So use your Gmail ID. Yes, I'm recording this session, Vivekanand. Thanks for reminding. It's being recorded. What are the subscription charges? So Prakashini, I would say you need to see different plans. There are different plans over there. What suits your requirement, you need to choose accordingly. So there are 3 different plans. I think Pro, Pro Plus, and something of that sort. So start with the basic version. Good enough. Don't need to straight away purchase this. Plus they have a 30-day free trial over here. So, but whenever you want to subscribe to the 30-day free trial, you would require to give your credit card details, payment details, and you can use it 30 days for free, and then later on if you find it good, subscribe to it. Vinod says, what is Market with Solutions? Vinod, our registered company is Market with Solutions LLP. LearnPriceActionTrading.com is our brand. Debit card not accepted. Kaleshwar, I'm not sure about the debit card option. I had used my credit card to subscribe to this. So you need to see what are the different options. So I think credit card is the only option here. Plus, I think they have auto renewals. You can turn that off also. Don't keep it for auto renewal. Shashank says yes, you can use PayPal. Yeah. So when I open this software over here, you have ideas, markets, screeners, chart. So I'm not using this as a screening tool. I use it only as a charting platform at the moment. So when I click on the markets tab here, so you have cryptocurrencies, currencies. So we're looking at stocks. So I'll just click on stocks. So Indian stock market, here you can check the earnings calendar. India version or international? Currently, we are using the India version, Mahendra. If you want, you can use the international version as well for US markets. All those charts are available. So earnings calendar is important feature where you can look for what are the stocks coming out with the earnings in that week. So over here, this week, next week. So you know these are the companies that are going to announce their earnings. So instead of going to any other platform, it's available in your charting platform itself. So over here, just go through this charting platform and see this earnings calendar. Now let's get to charts. That's the main thing that we need to look at as traders. All our analysis is going to be done on charts. So let's see what are the charting features. So before that, any tutorial in IB? Yes, Prakashini, we'll be doing that soon. So this is only about the charting software, not about order placement on IB. And Milind says, do they have multiple user access under single subscription? Yes, Milind, depending on the subscription plan that you have chosen, they do have it, I guess, where you can have multiple access. Yes, the premium one has that. So let's click on charts. So I don't have any chart at the moment. So it says create a new one. So let me click on create a new one. So it has opened the Nifty 50 index chart. So friends, over here on TradingView, you get data only for equity markets. It doesn't provide you data for futures markets. So you can't have futures charts here. You'll be having only the equity cash market charts. So once I open this chart, I need to do some chart settings over here. Personally, I don't like a chart with these background grid lines. So I try to disable those grid lines, and the white background works fine for me. So Vivekanand says how to choose a country. So when you're typing on Google, just do TradingView India. It will open the India version. Colors are fine with me. I like the green candle for a up move and a red candle for a down move. So colors, I don't want to change anything. So basic chart settings, I'll just right click on the chart. Yeah, we'll get there, Siraj. We'll be getting there. So right click on the chart, settings. So this opens the settings panel. Again, I repeat the step. Right click, settings, symbol. So the candle colors green and red, I'm fine with that. I don't want to change that. Borders are okay. I want the wicks. If you don't want the last value line, this green line over here is the last value line. I don't want that last value line, so I'll disable that. So it takes off the green line. Previous close line is not there. I'll adjust the data for dividends. Select that. So it's adjusted for dividends. And time zone. It's the perfect time zone, Kolkata time. So no need to change that. Next is status line. I need the open, high, low, close values. I need the bar, change values, indicator, titles. All this is fine. Next is scales. So I don't do any changes here. All work fine for me. In appearance, the background, I want a white background chart. You can choose whatever background you are comfortable with. I'll keep it as a white background. Vertical grid lines. So I don't need those lines. Do we click extended hours? Milind, no, not required to click the extended hours. So adjust the line for dividends is whenever dividends are announced, the charts will automatically get adjusted for that. If you don't have it enabled, it won't adjust for your dividends. So vertical grid lines, I don't require any vertical grid lines here. I'll keep this white. Horizontal grid lines, I don't require that. I'll keep that also white. Session breaks, these are on your intraday charts. So when you're on intraday charts, you can choose a session break. Scales are fine. Watermark, I don't require any watermark. If you click on watermark, it will show you the name of the chart at the back. So I don't want that. And currently it's not linked to any broker. So I don't think so I can link a broker here. I'm not aware of that. You need to look at that. So for trading, you can directly trade from the chart. Plus events, show dividends on the chart, show splits on the chart, show earnings. Okay, all fine. Click on OK. So these are the basic chart settings that I have enabled at the moment. Currently, I'm on a crosshair. I don't like using the crosshair, so I can change it from the left here. Instead of crosshair, I'll make it arrow. Yeah. So arrow tool is better for me. After we have done the basic chart settings, what next? Let's see where to change time frames. Can we trade from chart here? Not at the moment. I'm not sure, Prakashini. At the moment, you can trade it from the chart. If at all you have to trade it from the chart, it has to be linked to your broker. So yes, international markets, TradingView has that facility. So I don't know. I don't think we can do it here at the moment. Yeah. So RD is confirming. RD, I guess, is Rumi, right? Yeah. Rumi says we can't trade from the chart at the moment. Siddharth says with flyers we can do that. So please explore that. So currently I'm not talking about the execution capabilities. I'm going to only focus on the charting tools that we require. Randi says the data is delayed. Randi, earlier it was delayed data, but now what I got to know is it's even on the free version, it is real-time data. So that lag has gone. Earlier it was a lag, but now there is no lag. But there are some limitations on the free version. There are some limitations. Yeah. So shortcuts are there. Vinay says comma is a shortcut to change the time frame. So I'll show you how to change the time frame. Currently I'm on a daily chart. Over here D stands for 1 day. Drop down menu. You can change whatever time frames you require from here. So let's say I want to go to a weekly chart. 1 week. So this changes to a weekly chart. If I want to change this to maybe a 1 hour chart, it changes to a 1 hour chart. And whatever time frames that you're regularly using, just save it as your favorite. So currently there is only one box here that says 1 hour. So if what charts do we use? We use the monthly. So I'll star mark it. I'll star mark weekly, daily. What else do we use? Monthly, weekly, daily. We want 75, 25. Let's see that. 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, so these are my star mark charts. So now to the left, shortcuts are enabled. You don't need to select the drop down. From the shortcut, you can change. So Randir says, is there a shortcut here? Randir, you need to explore the shortcuts. But over here on the left panel, I have set it as my favorites. So I'm just clicking on this and changing. So now for 75-minute chart, what I need to do? Go down here, type 75. But the moment I do that and I say add, it says custom intervals are not given on the free version. So that's one difference. So in the free version, you may have to make do with your 1 hour chart and a 2 hour chart instead of a 75 and a 125-minute chart here. That's okay, not a big drawback. 75-minute chart, only issue would come in is if the zone is formed with the last 60-minute candle as a base. Then there is a problem because if it gives you an incomplete picture. Otherwise, during the day, it's okay. If you want the 75, 125-minute charts, then you need to go for the paid version. So currently, I don't want to look at that. So this was about time frames which I want. Now bar chart, candlestick, hollow candles. So I'm comfortable with the bar chart. Keep it as bar chart over here. Next is I require an EMA. So we use a 20 period EMA. How do we add that? So from indicators and strategies, drop down, just click here and select exponential moving average. Moving average, exponential. So it has plotted a moving average here. Currently, it is a 9-period EMA. From the settings button here, click on settings. EMA length, I want it as 20 period. I want it on the closing price. Style, what color? Just choose the color that you want. Let's make it blue. Thickness, I'll make it slightly thicker. That's fine. So from there, I've changed the period and the thickness. So there's a 20 EMA which I have plotted, and I can save it as a template as well. Indicator templates. So these are the default templates which are there. From where I got the template, so it was a plain price chart. I'll repeat the process again. Close the moving average. So now this is only a plain price chart. Click on indicators. From here, choose exponential moving average. Moving average exponential. So it's plotted a 9-period average by default. Click on the settings for that average. Change the color, whatever color you like. I'll make it dark blue. I'll change the thickness. And I need to change the input as well. It's going to be a 20-period average. And click OK. So once I have done this, I can save it as my template. So over here, save indicator template. Let me save it as 20 EMA. And I'll save this. So this becomes my template for 20 EMA. So no other indicator that we are plotting on the chart other than this. If at all you need an indicator, everything is here. DATR, Randi, there is no DATR tool at the moment. So you have a ATR tool, but I don't think so you have just a daily ATR floater window here. So all other indicators are here, but we don't need to get there. We don't want all this. Next, open and close line. If you want that, again, that was in chart properties, settings. I guess it was in scales. Yeah. Status line, open, high, low, close values. Appearance. Last value line is there here. Previous close line value also is there. So you can enable that from here. So you need it for inside and outside gap. Yeah, you can do that. So after we plotted the EMA, what next do we use for our charting? How to pan and zoom on the charts? Mouse scroll wheel lets you zoom on the chart. Scroll wheel can zoom in, zoom out. Panning is same like on TT, left click and drag will pan the chart. So that's the same here. Panning and zooming is fine. Now we need the zone marker. Most importantly, we require the zone marker. And if you want to change the symbol from Nifty, if I want to look at some other chart, this is the default watch list. Euro, INR, USD, INR, we don't require all that. Let's say you want to look at some specific stock. So you can type in here. Let's say I type in Reliance. But now in Reliance, it is looking at all symbols. I don't require all the symbols. All exchanges, no. So I'll just look at NSE. So from the drop down, just choose NSE over here. You need to do it once. So next time it will show you all symbols on NSE. So now I get only the symbols that are on NSE, Reliance Industries. Okay. So this is the Reliance Industries chart. There is a volume histogram on the bottom panel. I don't require that. How to delete that? Just left click on any of the volume bar. It gets highlighted. Delete button on the keyboard takes off your volume histogram. So now this is a plain chart with a 20 EMA. And how to change symbols? You can even type on the chart. When you are on the chart, just type anything. Let's say we click on ACC, so it opens the window. If I type BH, it will show me all the stocks with BH. So where to change the exchange? Type anything on the chart. Let's say I want to see Tata Motors. So I'll type Tata. So now to the left, it says only from NSE. Symbols are being displayed from NSE. There's a drop down here. You can choose the exchange. So from that, set it for NSE. And one more NSE here, don't choose that by mistake. It says Nagoya Stock Exchange. So look for National Stock Exchange. So these are all the Tata symbols that are there on NSE. And what are the other questions? How to type on the chart? We'll get there. Yes, Bharat, auto-save is there. Whatever you do is auto-saved. So for next login also, it remains the same. So what next? Symbols we have looked out. Now we need to look at the demand and supply plotter. So for that, I use something called a price range tool here. So all the tools are to the left. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh option. Yes, Saurabh, we'll get to the watch list. We'll get there, how to prepare the watch list. Yeah, so friends, please hold on to those questions. We'll be covering everything. So what I recommend is let me complete all this. And after that, if anything is left, you can type in those questions. So I have prepared a flow. I'll go through it in that manner. And at the end, if you feel I have left out something, then we'll address that. So over here, long position, short position, date range, price range. So I'll select the price range tool. This is what I use for marking, price range. And I will select it as my favorite tool. So when I select it as favorites, you see a shortcut is created here. So now if I want to plot this demand zone, what do I need to do? I need to click on price range. Click the point where I want to draw it from, drag and leave. So currently you see it's not extending to the right and it's not snap to price. So for that, there is a magnet tool here in the left side toolbar, the magnet. Select this magnet mode, snaps drawing place near price bars. So it will snap to price. So just click on the magnet, enable the magnet. Now whenever you plot, it will snap to price. So if I want to delete it, I'll just left click, delete button on the keyboard. I can delete that particular tool. So price range, click here and drag. But it is not extending to the right. So I need to change the settings here. So now the tool is enabled. Left click once. It opens the settings on top. So from here, let's go to the settings panel. For that particular drawing, it says background is bluish, so I'll change it. I want it as a demand tool, so I'll make it green. Select whichever green color you like. I want it extended to the right. Extend to right. And coordinates, this you can change wherever you want to plot it. Visibility, I want it visible on all time frames, so that's fine. And these lines, so this is the proximal and distal line of your demand zone. So currently that's black in color. You can change that. If you want a darker green, use darker green. Thickness also you can change. If you want a thick border, you can do that. And the label, so this is the label here in blue. So if you want the label is fine. If you don't want the label, you can disable the label. You can disable that label. If you want it, let it be there. Once you have done this, just save this as a template. From template, save as, save it as a demand zone, DZ, save. So this is saved as a template, but if you want to see the proximal and distal line values, you need to check to the right on the price scale. So just click on the zone once, and then you can see these two values, 1176.25, 1152.3. And if I want to plot any supply zone, what do I do? Same tool, price range. Same price range tool. Click here, mark this as your supply zone. But now this is also green in color. So I'll just change this color over here from the settings. Background, make it reddish, pinkish red. Okay, this is fine. And I'll save this as a template, that is as supply zone. Save. Okay. So I have created my templates now. One is a supply zone template and one is a demand zone template. So now if I want to plot any other zone, let's say I want to plot this as a supply. Again, use the same marker, click here. So whatever you have used the last, let's say if you have used the supply marker the last, it will plot a supply zone. So whatever you're using last, let's say last you plotted a demand zone, it will plot a demand zone. Then what you need to do is just left click and drop down, change the template. If you want to make it a demand zone, select demand zone, it will become green. You can change it back to supply zone. So mark your zone once, and from the templates, then change as per whether it is a supply or whether it's a demand zone. So the last template that I have chosen was a supply template. So now I want to plot a demand zone. So let me plot this. Since the last template was chosen was supply, it's plotting a supply zone. Again, I just from the drop down change it to a demand zone. That's it. Yes, Vasudev, it will be visible on other time frames because I have chosen the zone replication. It's going to be visible on all time frames. So any questions on how to mark supply and demand in this software? So create your templates, do it once, create your templates as a supply zone template and a demand zone template. If I don't want any zone, just left click once, delete button on the keyboard gets deleted, same thing, delete. So I have two zones here. Next, what do I require? I need to plot retracement lines. Retracement lines for plotting the wholesale and retail areas. So again, the toolbar to the left, over here, labels for different time zones. You mean to say which zone have you marked on, whether it's a daily zone or a weekly zone, Amit? Is that the question? Yeah, Amit, I could not figure that out. I could not find any label for the time zone as such. And Vinod says, yes, Vinod, although it's a free version, you are going to be using a ID to log in, right? You'll either create through Gmail or any other thing. So it will be saved. Whatever you have marked would remain on the chart. Next is the retracement lines. So for plotting retracement, we need to disable the magnet. Ramzan said, I think we can see it on the top left with the name of the script. Where exactly, Ramzan? One day. Yeah, so when I go to a weekly chart, so Amit's question was, how would I know this zone is from the weekly chart or is it from the daily chart? Now these are my daily zones which are getting replicated onto a weekly time frame. But over here, I can't see whether it's a daily zone or a weekly zone. So those who are using trading view, could you figure that out? Any way that you can make out next to Reliance? Top left. Can't see anything on this chart that tells me whether this is a daily zone or for a weekly zone. Yeah, so Vivekanand said, right, using test. I can't see any marker here. So that doesn't make much of a difference because you know it's there in blue. Yeah, so you can use different labels. Next to Reliance Industries, it says 1 week over here. Reliance Industries 1 week. Above that, this one. These are the shortcuts that I created because of the time frames what I like to have. I want the daily, weekly, monthly on the toolbar. So those are not the zones from where it I have plotted. So these are shortcuts for selecting time frames. Yeah. So next we need to plot retracement lines. For that, the toolbar over here, under the third option, the arrow trend line, and this is I think the pitchfork. Yeah, we don't require the pitchfork. Click on this tool, the right. Yeah. So we require fib retracement. This tool, fib retracement, and just add it to your favorites. So shortcut is created on the chart. So whenever you want to plot fib retracement, I'll use this tool, fib retracement, but keep in mind I don't require the magnet here. I'll remove the magnet, disable the magnet, otherwise it will snap to price. So I'll plot it from distill to distill, but now it has got so many lines, I don't require all of them. So I'll have to set it as per my requirement. Again, settings. So here I require 0.33. Unlike a trade tiger, which is 33.33, here it is 0.33, 0.66, and 1. The rest I don't require. So you can color code those areas however you want it. So 0, I can make it green. 0 to 0.33, that line I'll make it blue. This I can make it red. And say OK. Okay, so I need to change the center area. I want that as blue. So I'll just need to make a change there. So I'll keep this as blue and this is red. And the levels line, if you want it darker, choose the thicker lines. Color is okay. And extend these lines to the right. I'll extend it to the right. And if you don't want these 3 shades, yeah, if you don't want the 3 shades, remove the background. It will just give you the lines. That's it. Or if you want standard black lines, make all of this black. Just make all black. So all your lines are going to be as black lines here. Click on OK. So now if I want to plot this retracement line, drag from distill to distill. So I have 3 equal parts of the curve here. Plus the labels are showing me the values. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, and you can save this as your template. So over here, save drawing template as, you can call it curve and save. So that's how you plot the retracement lines, 3 equal parts of the curve. So we looked at plotting the zones, demand supply marker. We have used the retracement line. Any other tool that we require something for marking the trend. We need something for marking the trend. So for that, I use symbols over here, which are like arrows, and you need something, a text tool to write on the chart as well. So if I want to mark symbols, text T, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Fifth option says text. Click on the arrow. So I require the text tool, add it to my favorites, and I need up arrow and a down arrow here. I'll add those as well. Okay. So for marking trend, I'll use this up arrow, plot one here, again plot one here, and the pivot highs, I'll use the down arrow for marking the pivot highs, and current one here. So that can be used for marking the trend, the arrow symbols here. And if you want to write anything on the text on the chart, the text option, click on T, type in, you can write retail area. You can change the colors, whatever you want as per the style visibility that you want. Okay. So that's your fair price. And lastly, the wholesale. Other than that, what do we require? We require demand markers, we require pivot points for trend, EMA, the text option, plus the retracement lines. So all this is done. Entry stop loss line. How to calculate your reward to risk? Will the arrow be replicated on a lower time frame? So let's check a 1 hour chart. So this arrow was here, that is there. Plus you have this green arrow here. So this replication feature is enabled, so you are able to see it on your lower time frames as well. Risk reward calculation. How to calculate your risk to reward? Let's say you wanted to enter at this demand zone till the opposing supply. What's your reward to risk? So for that, there is something called a long position and a short position here that can be used. So I'll use a long position marker to check what's the RR. Long position added to my favorites here, plus add the short as well. So the long position plotted from the distal line and adjust it. So drag this till your target. Again do that. Sorry, I'm using the wrong tools. Yeah, the long position is here. Can we use the magnet? Yes, that will enable it. Thanks for reminding, Randir. Get it to proximal. Adjust it. So this tells you what's your RR on this trade. So RR on this trade, you need to check here. Open PNL, risk reward is 6.2. Rumi says you can keep the control key pressed to modify the tool. Thanks, Rumi. Yeah, so keep in mind, use the control key to keep the tool active. So what's the RR on this trade is 6.2. So that's how you use this RR marker here. For a short trade, you'll use the short position. Plus it does your quantity calculation provided you have set the tool accordingly. I don't require this. What else other than this? So we have finished all the basic markers that we require for marking our analysis. Nothing other than that. We don't require any other indicator. Yes, we require layouts, but over here, can we create a layout? So we look at 3 time frames. So if I select this layout for 3 time frame, it says multiple charts layout. You need to go for a paid version. So on a free version, limitation is no custom time frames. Plus, you can't have multiple charts layout. So you will have to use single charts. So that's a drawback here. So if you are doing a analysis for a MIT trade, you'll have to keep using the same chart, shifting time frames, monthly, weekly, and daily. So if you want all 3 time frames together, you will have to go for your paid version. So I can't save this as a template. That's the problem here. Let's look at how to create a watch list. Even the watch list, I don't think so is available in a free version. So if I want to import a watch list, it says to unlock the full power of TradingView, use the paid version. So watch list, you can't import your watch list. Can I add a symbol here? Yes, I should be able to add a symbol. So let me type in Reliance Industries. Yeah, so that's added to this list. If you want to delete anything, cross mark here. I don't want Euro USD, delete it. Don't want the other symbols, keep deleting. So you can add this, so that's possible, but you can't import your watch list. So suppose you have a big trade list that you are using on Trade Tiger, that cannot be imported over here. So these were the features of the basic version, plus there is something for alerts. Someone asked me how to set alerts. So click on alerts. Reliance, what condition do you want the alert to be? Let's say if price goes beyond distal line, I want an alert. I want an alert above 1377. So Reliance crossing, or if Reliance is greater than value 1377, I want it only once. And expiry has to be set for this. Notify on app. So actually I tried looking for the app. I could not locate any app on the Play Store. So I'll use the email, send email, create. So that creates an alert, and that alert line is placed here. If you see this, there's an alert line here, the dotted line. Yeah. So there is no app for the Indian users. So you have to set your alerts on pop up on the screen or your email. This dotted line, if you move, will move the alerts. It says you want to modify, move the alert, save. So that's how you can set your alerts. So when I move on any bar, I get those small circles. That tells me that particular drawing tool is active. Rumi, I think the open-ended was only for the paid version. So if I keep it open-ended, it says you can't have it non-expiring alerts. It's only for paid version. So over here, you'll have to set it as per some expiration time. On a paid version, you can keep it open-ended. So alert feature is done, server-side alerts. So what else? Any marker that you want to delete, any plot zone that you have plotted, or any particular tool, just left click the way you used to do it in Trade Tiger, left click, delete option. It will delete that particular tool. If I want to delete the demand zone, left click once and delete on the keyboard, deletes this tool. So now let's go to the paid version and see the differences there. Do these circles show demand and supply? Which one? The at the bottom, E and D. That must be earnings and dividends. The E and D circles at the bottom are when earnings was announced and when there was dividends, something of that sort. Nothing to do with demand and supply, Vivekanand. When you click on any candle, okay. So this candle, these dots, I'm not aware what exactly are those dots. If you click on any candle, these dots that come in, not very sure what are those dots representing. Swapnil says how many saved charts will show in free version. I don't think so. You can save charts here. So only one at a time, Swapnil. So let's go to the paid version here now. Tradingview.com. Yeah. So this is a paid version. The membership is Pro Plus on this. So here I have the facility to have different layouts. I can link charts. I can import my market watch. So let's go to charts. Yes, it's auto saved, Vasudev. Whatever you have done on the chart is auto saved. So now here I have 4 charts. And the one highlighted in blue is my active chart. If I want to see on a 15-minute chart, click on this. This becomes the active chart. And if I want to have a maximized view, the right bottom corner says toggle maximize chart. Click on this. I can see this in a full chart on the 15-minute. If I want to go back to all 4 charts, again click on this. Takes me back to all 4 charts. So over here, how do we create a market watch? You have different market watches over here. Plus you can import your watch list. But what format do you need to import this on? Let's export a market watch from here. Let's export the watch list. So it goes as a txt file, and this is the format that it requires. It requires it in this format: the exchange colon stock name comma exchange colon stock name and comma. So that format you have to create your market watch. So let's say I'm using Trade Tiger and I want to import the entire big trade list. How do I do that? So let me open Trade Tiger software. Yeah, just logging into Trade Tiger. Yeah. So on Trade Tiger. Okay, so this is a big trade list. It's better to add manually in this interscripts in that format than do it. Vasudev, but if there are more than 100, 150, 200 stocks, manually entering can be a pain. So you can export your watch list from here and import it to TradingView. How do you do that? Right click over here, export to Excel. So I'll save it on my desktop. It's an Excel file, exported. So now over here, I have the entire big trade list on Excel format. All I need to do is now, I need only the exchange and the script name. I don't require anything else from here. So exchange and script name, just copy it. Yeah. Paste it to a new sheet. Yeah. So I have the exchange. I have the stock names here. Some of the symbols are not similar. Very few of them you'll find the symbols are a little different in trading view. So in what format do I require this? I require it in a format that says NSE colon and comma. So I'll just insert a column here. So that will be colon. And I require the comma here. Yeah. So now I need to merge all these columns. So let me just type in NSE colon ACC comma. So here I require Adani ENT. Yeah. So just press enter. So you have all the symbols here. So now just copy this entire column. Right click, copy, paste it to a notepad file. Open a notepad and paste. So I'll call this, I'll save this file as a big trade list. File, save as new big trade list. Save it on the desktop. Save. So now if I want to import that list here, what I need to do is go to Market Watch. Should we delete the last comma? Let's check, Rajendra. Let's try importing. Import the watch list, the new big trade list, and open. Yeah. So this has got me the entire big trade list. But now if you see, Bajaj Auto is not showing any prices over here. So probably the symbol on trading view and trade tiger maybe is different for Bajaj Auto. There will be few which don't reflect the same way. LNTFH, M&M Finance, 4 of them. So only 4 which are not replicating. So those 4 just enter it manually. Rest the list you have here as the big trade list. New big trade list is there. Bajaj Auto, let me see what's the symbol. It says Bajaj -auto. What's the symbol here? Bajaj _auto. So that's why it didn't pull that here. So I've added Bajaj Auto. I need to just delete the Bajaj -auto here. Yeah, just delete this. So when you import it, few may not be the same. Only about after 160 stocks, you had only 4 stocks which were not the same. You just replace those. That's it. Yeah. So Rumi says the only difference is underscore and there it is hyphen. So LNTFH, yeah. So this will be a slightly different symbol here. LNTFH, let's check. Larson. LNT. Yeah. So it's L_TFH. So just add that. That's it. So you have only 4 or 5 stocks. Otherwise, you can import whatever watch list you have in this manner. And you can have multiple watch lists under the paid version. So I have the big trade list, my bearish list, bullish list, forex pairs. I have something which is overextended. So you can have multiple watch lists. Create, save, rename, import. All those functionalities are there under the watch list tab. And if I want to create a new layout, Varun, which arrows are you talking about? These arrows? These are some markings which are there on which I had plotted on the 75-minute chart. So they are replicating on the weekly chart as well. So those were my arrows from a 75-minute chart. For the trend, I had used those arrows. If you can see, high, low, lower, low, pivot markings. So those are replicating here. That's it. And now about chart layouts. Let's say you want to see 3 charts. So new chart layout can be created. No, Rajesh, no mapping. I don't think so. IB has that functionality where you can place orders through TradingView. So if I want a new chart layout, click on new chart layout. How to prepare this chart layout? I will select 3 charts. Okay, so now I have a monthly chart, and a monthly chart. So I'll make this weekly, make this daily. I don't require volume histogram. So I have got 3 charts, but they are not linked. So I just need to link them. And I have not saved the template over here under, yeah, only price. Okay, so let me select this template, only price, and apply to all. Yes, so now I don't have those grids and all are gone. So I'm having it only as a price chart. So you can save it as a template. Different templates can be saved. So I have a price template which doesn't have any other tools on the chart. Now I need to insert the 20 EMA. Click on 20 EMA. Yeah, so this is my monthly income template, monthly, weekly, and daily chart. Currently, they are not synced. So I need to sync as per what? I don't want interval syncing, otherwise everything will be the same time frame. I'll sync it by symbol. So whenever I change anything, all 3 charts would change together. So symbol, interval not required, crosshair, time is fine. Okay. So now if I click on ACC, all 3 should change to ACC. So that's how I can create a layout, and I can even save this layout. So make a copy. I'll save it as monthly income, new layout, and save. So from the drop down, I can choose whatever layouts I want. Load chart layout. I have different layout, WIT, DIT. I can just load any layout from here. Let's say I load the weekly income. So that's how different layouts can be created, and they can be synced as per time frames. Let's go to a maximized view. And let's say I'm doing backtesting on the chart, and I have gone into some data which is pretty old, and I want to go to the end of the chart now. So if you see the right, this arrow is there. Scroll to the most recent bar. Click on this. This takes you to the end of the chart, the current date, the last candle. So you're here. This is a good feature here. Just right click, gets you back to your current bar over here. And you can go to a specific date. Yes, that also is there, Rumi. How do you go exactly to a specific date? From here, I had seen that feature somewhere, but I've not used it. Left below. Go to date, yes. You can select any date and it will take you to that date. These are all Abhijit cloud-based, so nothing stored on your hard drive. All cloud-based. So intraday data, till when do you have? 75 minutes? For how many days? So I think last one I had seen was about 2 to 3 years were there. 2 to 3 years data was there on 75 minutes. So this is pulling all the data. Still pulling. Yeah. So somewhere here. So the first candle is on 2011, Jan 2011 on 75 minutes. This is Feb 2011. So we have enough data. Yeah. So that go to date function also is very good. The EMA replication, right? You mean to say you want to see the monthly EMA on the daily chart? Yeah, so I don't think so that feature is there. Actually, I also was searching for that feature. No, so on a monthly chart it replicates only the monthly EMA. On a weekly chart it replicates weekly EMA. Other question is the chart will plot on one system. I can watch it on the other system with same login. Yes, Rajesh, it is web based. So whichever computer you use, it's not installed on your hard drive. So wherever you are in the world, just use your user ID and password. You'll be able to see all your charts. Plus refresh rate also is very good. Data refreshes very fast. In Trade Tiger, it's not like that because it is based on to your computer. It's installed on your particular machine. So that's why you can't see that. This is web based. So that's an advantage. Plus there is a replay feature also. If you want to do back testing and see what happened over here, there's a replay feature which is here, which I haven't used extensively. So let's say replay, and I select this bar. So it replays bar by bar. So if I want to just click on play, it will recreate that scenario. And the speed you can set from here, what speed you want. So this really helps you in your back testing. So if you want to do back test, you want to just go to the end, just click here, take to the real time. It takes you to the last chart. Vinod says, I found an MTPC indicator. Can I please repeat this? Sure, I'll repeat that, how to do the bar by bar replay. Vinod says we can say see the MTPC indicator in trading which shows monthly, weekly, daily on the same charts. So Vinod, you mean the moving averages are replicated, the values? Candlesticks, okay. Yeah, so if I want to replay from a particular bar, what do I do? Just click here and you want chart replay mode, you want to exit this mode? Yes. Yeah, so just play. So this will keep playing from wherever you have started playing it. And if you want to go to the last candle, just click on go to real time. This takes you to the last candle. So helps you in your back testing. If you want to see the zones that you had plotted in the past, what happened, instead of hiding the chart, what you can do is mark your zone and then from there, play the replay mode to see whether the zones have worked. So very handy feature. Plus there are a lot of features for people who know coding. I am not a person who's tech savvy. You must have figured it out by now. So I don't know much about coding and stuff like that, but yes, they have a fine editor here, which can be used for your coding. Say they work on a language called Pine Script. I'm not aware of that at all. Plus there are stock screeners. You can have different criteria to screen stocks. They have got some fundamental screeners, some technical screeners, all that is there. So we haven't explored that as yet. So what we were looking at only was charting tools. We focused only on the charting tools. That's required currently. Down the line, definitely we will even look at the screening over here. Is screening handy? How can we make use of the screener? So next session we may focus on the screener aspect here. I think the dot on the candle is the day separator, Peter, but it's skipping the dots, right? Okay, 75-minute chart. That's why. Okay, so but still between two dots I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles. No, so if it was a day separator, I would have only 5 candles between two dots. If it was a day separator, it should have plotted 5 candles between two dots on a 75-minute chart. So day separator, if you want, you can enable it from again properties, settings. So over here, session breaks. Just enable that. Okay. So this gives you your day separator as well. Do they provide help feature for Pine editor? Yes, Neha, there are a lot of people who have posted a lot of stuff on the web. So you have a lot of help videos there. So if you are someone who's tech savvy, who knows a bit of coding, can use that. So Ajit would be the right person to do this. Any other feature that I have skipped? What we require on our day-to-day usage? Anything that I have skipped here? So you had so many questions when I was explaining, so I had to ask you to hold on. I will explain all those features that we require at the moment. Anything other than that? So Rumi says there is a Telegram group for Pine editing on TradeView. Okay. So Neha, you can connect with Rumi, or if Rumi, you can share the Telegram link. If it's an open group, people who want to join can join that group. It will be really handy. It was great having Rumi here since he is working on TradingView extensively. It's an open group. Okay. Bharat says, are you planning to move to TradingView? Bharat, problem is so used to Trade Tiger. Don't feel like moving there because whatever I need to do is there on that platform. So I don't see the need. But yes, I will move on to TradingView since many new users don't have Trade Tiger. So the people who are coming new to the LPAT community are not having Sher Khan accounts. So for them, it will be handy if I conduct the class also on TradingView. So I'll definitely migrate to TradingView in the future. Any other questions, friends? Main advantage is a web-based tool. Very true. And the refresh rate, Neha. Problem is the refresh rate on Trade Tiger at times during market hours becomes very slow. And I haven't seen that with TradingView. Very fast in the charts. Charts don't lag. They never get stuck. Also, you have a lot of data available, more than so many years for intraday data. That's a big advantage. Siraj is asking for the charges. Siraj, on a free version, we can check. So the free version, if I want to upgrade. Sushil, order placement, not, I don't think so you can place your orders. It needs to be linked with a broker. It depends on the plan that you choose here. 30-day free trial. Let's click on this. Yeah, so these are the plans. $15 per month for a pro plan, $29 and a $60 for premium. What is the difference between that? All the plans are explained here. So on a pro plus charts per tab, you can have maximum 4 charts open at one time. On a premium, you can have 8 charts. And pro plus 2 devices at one time, premium 5 devices. Randir, you don't have those separate lines other than those bands. Yeah. So as Rumi has pointed out, so the thing is here, friends, if you subscribe now, right, on day one, it will charge you the full price, $30 per month. But what happens? You start with a free trial that has worked. This trick has worked so far. So what happens is once you go for the free trial, as your free trial period comes to expiry, let's say there is only 1 week to your initial subscription to get over. By the time you get pop-up messages saying you get a 50% discount. So that generally happens on the last week. So that time you may get it at $15 a month. So I have taken the Pro Plus because I wanted at least 4 charts. So Pro Plus is handy, Randir. 2 charts can't do top-down approach. At least 4 charts per tab is what is required. Number of saved chart layouts. So yes, you can have only 10 layouts created. You can have 10 layouts, but whatever you have marked remains on the chart. That doesn't go anywhere, Vinod. Yes, Bharat, for per month. So with a 50% discount, generally comes to $15 a month or so. So about $180 a year. Yeah. So it comes as about $180 per annum. And initially, to start with, the free version is good enough. Yeah, Neha, under Pro Plus, 4 charts at one time, at one go on one particular tab, and in Premium, 8 charts. Do you have to pay upfront for the year? Yeah, Rumi, I think I paid upfront for the year. If I remember, I paid upfront for the year. Yeah. Yes. So yes, Rumi, it's upfront. Yeah. Randy says discount only for the first year. Yeah, that's what Rumi also is pointing out. You need to pay it at one shot for 50% discount. And Randir, it says discount only for yeah. So there is a auto renewal option. Once you disable that, it says why are you disabling it? Then they will again give you 50% for the next year as well. So if you initially want to try it out, go for a free version, the 30-day trial period. And if you are doing swing trading, that is more of weekly income, monthly income trading, I would say your free version also is good enough. Free version is also good enough. What is devices at the same time condition? Milind says you disable, you lose history. No, Miss Milind, by the time you go for disabling it, you get the pop-up saying that we are offering you another 50% discount. So you say continue. So you don't disable it then. Devices at the same time. So with this login ID, let's say I'm using this on this laptop. Someone else can use the same login ID on the other laptop. So under the Pro plan, only one user at one time. Under the Pro Plus, you have 2 users at one time. Premium, you have 5 users. You can use it at one time. There was a question on the IB charts. Yes, interactive brokers charting somehow not great, but excellent for placing orders. It's an excellent tool for placing orders, but not for charting. So charting, trading view is definitely handy, a very good software. So any other questions pertaining to trading view? Let's not get onto the pricing model because that's again depending on user to user. What's your comfort factor? Kalpesh says account opening. Kalpesh, I spoke to IB, but no discounts being offered for account opening. So it would be the same that you get as a retail client there. So nothing preferential being offered. Mahindra says group buying on TradingView. Mahindra over here, what happens is as it is in the last week of subscription, it give you a 50% discount. So do I use the Classic or the Mosaic? I use the Classic, TWS Classic. And any other questions here? Regarding IB, yes, soon we'll plan a session on IB order placements. So that would not be talking about the charting aspect. We'll only talk about how to place different orders. Milind, say any tie-up with us for international trading? Milind, no tie-up with us as such, but you can trade international markets, but with restrictions. You can't do leverage trading, can't do intraday trading. Investing is possible in international markets. And the exact dates for the session on interactive brokers will be announced soon. So friends, keep a watch on the Telegram group. I feel a lot of you all are not active on Telegram. So generally what happens is we post updates on that group. We post updates on the Telegram group. So regarding the next session, the update would be posted on that group. So keep a watch out for your Telegram group space, and email Mahendra directly. It is better there. One shot you can, the message is broadcasted to all the community members rather than emailing everyone. Write only, Kalpesh, the write only option is kept onto the forum. So anything that you want to write, you can write onto the forum. Otherwise, what happens is no one would participate on the forum and everyone would only write onto the Telegram group. So it's intentionally kept read only. Price for IB, Mahendraji, it is very reasonable, as good as any discount broker. So don't worry about the pricing. So if you want to open an account, you can just connect online. The entire process is online. The verification is done online. You need to send your forms and your account is open. Yeah. So friends, we have covered most of the basic features required for charting on TradingView. So with that, I would like to end the session. If there are any questions, we'll address those. Otherwise, we would end the session today. Yeah. Thanks, friends. It was a nice session. And see you all next during the classes or the mentoring sessions. Thank you so much.